It's a snow day. Time to make some comics. But first, check it out. We got blizzard stuff going on. We're supposed to get 10 to 20 inches. Got lots of winds blowing all over the place. It's craziness over here. Better get back inside.
Donkey Jaw Projects!
Hey, what's up? So, this is Marshall of DonkeyJawProjects.com. And this is the 100th Anthology update on the 6-page comic book that I'm working on for the Anthology called The Hitchhiker. And it's been a while since I've done an update, but I've still been working, so I wanted to show you my progress, and I'll do that right now. So here's like a large snapshot basically of what's been done. Everything is roughed out, all the, basically each page is mapped out. I'm not showing you the last page obviously because I don't want to give away the ending. It might be hard to even see anyways, but we'll see. But basically I've done the roughs for every page and pretty much the type pencils for the first page. So I'll kind of go through it a little bit. So here we go. This is the first page, and right here you can see this is a little less tight. Just this little background spot right there needs to be tightened up a little bit. But for the most part, I mean my tight pencils, what I call tight pencils, are probably very loose for most people. But that's, that's enough information for me. To go off of and do the inks. Pretty simple. I was intimidated by doing a bar scene, but I kept it really simple. You just got to know your limits, and so I didn't put like all kinds of people in the background and chairs and whatnot. I just kind of put a simple background, and whenever I'm shooting, nobody's walking past, so I don't have to worry about that, I guess. And then I wasn't sure if this was a good decision. I don't know if it's bad to like end a page off with the backs of the characters, but they're leaving the bar, so I'm trying to make that obvious, or I don't know, that's how I wanted to show it, so I don't know. It is what it is. It's not going to be changed now, I don't think. And then this is the roughs for page 2. Again, like this environment maybe should be a little more detailed. It's going to be like a marketplace. I don't know. The ship, this is kind of sort of what the ship looks like that I designed, but I'm probably going, actually you can see it better here, but I'm probably going to be simplifying that design just because of this right here, because I'm having a difficult time trying to figure out how to draw this ship in perspective. So I don't know, that's something I'm going to be working on probably today. So I need to tighten up the pencils here. I think what I'm going to end up doing is kind of going in and doing the best I can, and if the background seems a little too intimidating for me, I may not do that just yet and save that for another day. I don't know, we'll see. Here's page 5. Oh, I didn't put them all in order, so kind of on purpose. So you can see here it's like super rough. It's just stick figures, and that's like kind of what the ship's gonna look like now, probably just keeping it simple so I can do it easier. Yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail. This is page 4, and again, this background, it's going to be taking place in like this, spacey pawn shop, thrift shop type of thing, and it's going to be kind of cluttered and just all kinds of crazy stuff, like a flea market all over the place. So I'm intimidated by that, but you know, I got the characters placed in and the acting pretty much set up. I need to, you know, maybe make some notes, go through the writing and make some notes on some of the panels just to make sure I get the acting correct on their faces. But because sometimes I go through this and I just kind of place characters and I don't think about, I forget about the acting and that I need to make sure they're making a certain face at certain times. So, and this is page 3. And this is where you're going to see the marketplace in the background a little more here, but I'm kind of keeping some of the shots, close-up shots. In this you're going to see the flea market thing again. And then that's kind of a sneak peek at page 6, but I'm not going to show you guys that because it's, you know, it'd be spoiler territory. But yeah, it's pretty much all mapped out. I just need to kind of go in with some tighter pencils. Again, it's not like super duper tight. One thing that's interesting is, well, first of all, I need to, I think I'm not supposed to go past this blue line, and I am, so I might have to move that a little bit. I don't know, I might be able to crop it. It's just a little tiny bit, so I don't know, we'll see. The other thing is, oh, I went a little crazy with like the panels in page 1. I don't know why, but for some reason I went nuts. So I like, these panels are kind of crazy. This is like a planet. This is a planet over here. So it's like coming out of the page, and I don't know why I did that, because then, you know, in this page, it's kind of more straightforward. It's just square, square, square. So I might play around a little bit with that to make it match these, but I don't know, maybe it's okay. This one again, it's more squares and rectangles, but I think it's still dynamic enough. This one I did a little bit of playing with. You can see, you know, like the how the shape kind of comes down almost in like a L or an E or whatever with all the different stuff. I think it looks cool. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it reads clear. Again, a very simple thing. I don't think people notice panels, stuff like that, as much as you would think, but I like to play and be creative. But when I was doing this, I felt like I was maybe getting a little bit in over my head, and I didn't know if I was making, why I was making some of the decisions I was making. So yeah, I might have went a little too far, but I think it reads okay now. I think I got it to a point where I like it. So the other thing I'm thinking about is lettering and gray. Like if I'm going to put any kind of grayscale in there, I'm a little bit afraid. I think I'll print them up if I decide to do a little grayscale, and I might do it by hand with either, you know, ink washes, or I have some markers, but I don't know if they're good enough to do professional work, so I might have to run some tests and stuff. And then the lettering again is something I'm probably gonna, I guess I'm gonna just do digitally, but it's a little bit difficult because I didn't really plan very well, I guess. But either way, I think it's going to come out good. I got about 4-ish weeks to finish up the pencils and the inks and the lettering and possibly grayscale, so hopefully I can get that done. It's hustle time. So yeah, that's about it. I've been working on it for, you know, every day, even though I haven't been doing updates, you know, almost not, I shouldn't say every day. I definitely missed chunks of a couple chunks of days, and then like I missed Sunday this, but it was a good day to relax and hang out with my wife, so that was good. So yeah, that's about it. This project is I'm like really excited like to show the story, and I hope this story comes across well, and I hope I can execute the background things well. And once again, every time I make a comic or a comic story, I'm realizing how much I need to keep learning. But one thing I learned that recently, I was watching, you should check out Brandon Dayton on YouTube. I'll put a link in the show notes. But he's, again, another person who's been around, like the art and story guys from back in the art and story days with Kevin Cross, Jersey Joes, and Mark Rudolph. He was always a part of their thing, and then, you know, he's been a part of, like, you know, on the Lean Into Art shows. He's been in the community, the comics online community, for a long time. But he just recently started doing YouTube videos regularly, and I think he even quit his job at Disney to work on his comic Green Monk or something. Check out his videos, you'll find out all about it. But his videos have been really cool. They're kind of similar to like Jake Parker, where he just like does like a really cool drawing and he talks over it. And he has a lot of great insights, really interesting stuff. That being said, the reason why I'm bringing him up is that one thing he said recently was, when you get frustrated with your artwork and you're in that place of just frustration and you gotta like kind of push through it and stuff like that, he likened that to when, you know, a bodybuilder or just anybody who's working out and trying to get in good shape or whatever, you know, when they feel the burn, when they feel their muscles tearing, and you know, that's a sign. They actually end up liking that feeling, because they know that's a sign that they're, you know, they're building their muscles up and they're getting, you know, healthier. So he likens that frustration to, you know, he likens that to the frustration we can experience when we're doing our art projects. And so, and he said you can kind of get to a point where you learn to like it, where you learn to realize, okay, or recognize, you know, okay, I'm frustrated right now, but that means I'm growing, I'm getting better. If I wasn't getting into points where it's becoming a challenge and I'm frustrated, then I wouldn't be, I would just be doing what's normal and what's easy, and I wouldn't be actually growing. So, and I think it's okay to be in that lane, you know, and play to your strengths and do a cool job doing certain things. But sometimes, you know, obviously, growing and stretching is also really good. So that's what happens with comic books a lot, because you have to draw a lot more things than you normally would in just a regular like drawing a lot of times. So yeah, like each little panel is like its own illustration. So that's how I'm thinking about it. So I'm excited that I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm feeling the burn. And I'm just gonna keep hustling and trying to get this comic done before April 11th. So anybody who's doing this, it's coming up soon. How far are you on your project? April 11th is the due date. We got to get it done. Let's make it happen and make a really cool comic honoring the 100 days of making comics. So yeah, I think that's about all I have to talk about for today. Thank you for watching. I hope this was interesting to you and helpful. And you can find all my stuff, donkeyjawprojects.com. All my links to all my social media are there. Please, thank you for all the subscribers. Please like and subscribe and comment. And yeah, I'll talk to you on the next update. Peace out.